Coach, you got a Heisman candidate, a quarterback, a running back who's averaging 9 yards a carry. Defense gives up one score and then shuts it down. But do you still in your mind say, all right, we beat Minnesota, Rutgers, Maryland, Indiana. Is there room left to take down a heavyweight now next week or beyond?
Well, I just think it's always been about us, and that's what we have to focus on. And we know, as we headed into this game, we kind of figured that we had no record. We were 0-0, and then this is the first win in the second half of the season, and that's the way we're looking at it. But I thought we came out and played well. We actually didn't expect any rain, and we got some rain, and I thought we handled that well. And like you said, after the first drive, I thought the defense played well. I know that they were down some guys on offense, but still, I thought we ran around and played, and we got a bigger challenge, like you said, here next week.
Did Zach Harrison step up?
Yeah,
today?
Yeah, a bunch of guys did. It was great to see those guys running around. It looked like they were having fun out there. And that's good, and that's part of the energy and the confidence that we want.
Right next door, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Right, I don't know if you're aware of this, but you guys have scored 19 straight touchdowns on your possessions, other than a kneel down against Lee of Maryland. To have that kind of offensive efficiency, I mean, have you ever experienced anything like that? What can you say about that?
It's quite it's something, I guess. But it's just a matter of going out there every single day in practice and trying to execute at a high level, and being really hard on ourselves. Like our standard is hard. Like if we don't complete a pass or we miss a protection or something like that, we're hard on ourselves, and that's what you want. And these guys, they like football, and so we know that we got to get back there and get our rest, and we got to get right back on this film here with Penn State, because they have a very, very good defense, and this is going to be the biggest challenge of the year coming up. So it's good. We do have some confidence, and we are playing at a high level, but that's not going to mean anything if we don't do it again next week.
Left center, Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
What happened with Trevion on the first series of the game, and then not playing him in the second half, kind of as you had a couple weeks ago, just precaution?
Yes, that's what it was. And again, it is a great problem to have, but at the same time, these guys practice all week and they put a lot of work in. And so for he and Chris and Garrett, to take those guys out to not play, that's hard, because these guys want to play, but at the same time, as the head coach, for me to put them in there and see something ever happen to them, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. So have to make that tough decision, and they're competitive. They all want to get back in there, so that's how it goes.
What happened on the first?
He's all good.
The way he's kind of playing through contact right now, it seems like he's it's something he's very comfortable doing, especially considering not playing at all last year.
I think he's running hard. I think he's playing on contact, like you said. For a freshman to do that, that's good. And the number one thing is to take care of the football, and that's what has to continue. If we're going to make a run at this thing, we got to take care of the football, and we cannot turn the ball over. And that's something we just cannot forget about. And he and Mayan and even Evan, I was impressed with the way Evan ran down the stretch. And that's good. We're going to need some of the depth there. But across the board, I think the depth has been, we are starting to see that. You're starting to see a bunch of guys get on the field, and that's what we're looking for.
Second row right, Patrick Murphy, 24/7 Sports.
Ryan, you guys have a few times this year given up early touchdowns, and it looks like you make defensive adjustments. I know you're not always in that conversation during the game, but to see your guys come out today and shut Indiana down after giving up that first drive, and the way that you've made adjustments since you've made some changes, just speak on that and how that's improved throughout the year.
Yeah, that's a tribute to the guys on defense, Matt and Kerry and Larry, Al, all the guys over there, trying to identify how they're being attacked and then coming up with the answers. And that's what it comes down to as a coach. You want to have answers when your guys come off the field. What happened? And then here's how we're going to get it fixed in all three phases. And I think that got done here tonight.
Over here to the right, Bill Landis, The Athletic.
Ryan, the throw from CJ in the first half where he kind of put it between two defenders there to Jackson. I don't know how many young quarterbacks would attempt that throw over the middle of the field, that kind of coverage. Like, what is his willingness and comfortability working in the middle of the field do for you guys offensively?
Well, it starts with the protection, and it starts with the trust in the guys to catch it. But he does see the field, and that's one of his strengths. He's got a lot of confidence right now, and that's a good thing. But we can't ride the roller coaster either. We got to stay on it. But he made some nice throws tonight.
Right next door, Stephen Means, Cleveland.com.
Ryan, 2019, you guys had a lot of balance, and because of the way the defense was playing, a lot of times with the young quarterback, you guys were starting at midway point of the field. that there were some shades of that today. When your defense is playing that way and giving you that type of field position, what does that do?
Yeah, it's like you said, that to me is where you just play with the ultimate confidence. When you're getting the ball back, like you said, at midfield like that, that's kind of the way it felt at 19, and that's the way it felt again tonight. And you feel it on the sideline. There's just so much confidence, and then the minute we get the ball back, we feel like we're going to score. And you get a 3-and-out, or you get a turnover, and it steamrolls, and that's a great feeling as a coach. And we can get those stops like that. It makes a huge difference to the whole team.
You've always been an aggressive play caller, but when that's rolling like that, can you kind of open up the playbook a little bit for you?
Well, I think just across the board, we're aggressive. You saw us run the ball some early on, and we were aggressive. We're always aggressive throwing the football, but we also ran the ball. And I thought the offensive line moved the line of scrimmage, and I thought the defensive line stopped the run. And that's, anytime we go play these conference games, it's the first thing you have to do.
Right next door, Austin Ward, Letterman Row.
Ryan, even before the game, it seemed like you guys looked confident, maybe looser than just compared to earlier in the year. I don't know, have you noticed that, or how would you describe the mood of this team now?
I just think it's a different team. I think when you practice well, then you have confidence because you've already done it. Now, you have to go do it on the field. That only gives you a chance, but it does allow you that confidence to know that first off, the guy next to me has done it before. I've seen him do it. We played in 6-7 games now together, and I've seen what he can do. That's big. And I think the defense has confidence in the offense. The offense is getting a lot of confidence in the defense now. We feel like we're playing pretty good on special teams. And when you feel like that, when you're not on your own, you have a bunch of guys with you. That's when you have that confidence, and I think that's probably what you felt there. Early on, a lot of those guys had never really played before. They weren't getting what a bunch of those guys got in the second half. We were coaching them really hard in the second half, our offense, our defense, because we know that that's going to pay dividends down the road. We missed that last year, and because of that, it was bumpy early on, and we didn't have a lot of confidence. We kind of felt like they were out there on an island by themselves, but we're building on it. We're still not there. We got a big one next week, and we got to get back and get ready for these guys.
Behind Bill on the right, Jacob Benji, the Lantern.
Yeah, hey Ryan, just on the offense, Jeremy Rucker comes out and has 4 or 5 catches, a couple touchdowns. We know what the wide receivers can do, but with the tight ends and Jeremy Rucker, just what did you assess from the Rucker team today?
Yeah, well, I mean, we have so many weapons, and that's a great thing to have. But at the same time, guys have to be unselfish. And that's part of the game, And he's done a lot of work. He's done a lot of the dirty work, blocking inside. There's times when the ball hasn't come his way, but when you stay positive and you stay at it, things work out, and that's playing team football. And it's hard because when you play in these games, the last 3 games, they haven't played 4 quarters, and so maybe they don't get as many touches, and that's part of sacrificing. We talked about this week about what are you willing to sacrifice to be great, make this run, and sometimes it means sacrificing touches, but eventually it's going to come back to you, and it did for Jeremy tonight.
We got time for one more, because I got Jeremy Rucker and CJ ready to go. Rob Allard, the Dispatch.
Ryan, Chris Olave said that CJ throws the best ball he's ever seen, which is pretty high praise considering who you've had here. Do you agree with that assessment, and are you amazed yourself at what he's doing, putting it in tight windows, being so young?
Again, still 7 games in, 6 games for him, so we don't want to ride the roller coaster on this thing, he's going to stay humble on this thing. We're going to stay humble on it and just keep working at it, take one game at a time. And certainly you see those things out there, and it excites you, and it's fun, but it's everybody. It takes, when something doesn't go well, it's like, what went wrong? Well, it's kind of a little bit of everything. When things go well, it's a little bit of everything as well. But certainly he does have the talent to make those throws, and if he continues to prepare the way he is and show toughness, then, we'll have a chance here as we make a run.
Great. Coach, thank you very much.